This episode is brought to you by Amazon Prime. There's nothing sweeter than baking cookies during the holidays. With Prime, I get all my ingredients delivered right to my door, fast and free, no last-minute store trips needed. And of course, I blast my favorite holiday playlist on Amazon Music. It's the ultimate soundtrack for creating unforgettable memories. From streaming to shopping, it's on Prime. Visit Amazon.com/Prime to get more out of whatever you're into.
So I know I have to decorate the house because we're going to have a party. And that's my choice. I decided, you know what? I'm not motivated to do this. This is going to benefit everyone. So I'm going to delegate. I thought I was so smart. If the 3 teenagers just decorate the tree, all they had to do was put on the ornaments. So my tree is covered in ball sacks now.
Welcome to the No Guilt Mom podcast. I am your host, JoAnn Crone, joined here by the lovely Brie Tucker.
Why, hello, birthday girl. We are recording this on JoAnn's birthday. Whoop, whoop.
Yes. Whoop, whoop. Another year older, 43 years old. And I hope wiser. I am wiser. I actually love getting older. I really don't care about mentioning my age. Every age I am, I'm very proud of it. So
I don't have a problem with getting older. I have a problem with remembering my age.
Because you never tell people your age. As an adult, you usually never tell people your age. As a kid, you're asked all the time, how old are you? Mm-hmm. And we were walking past this family and there were 2 little girls. And of course, I'm like, how old are you? And she's like, 6. I'm like, oh, so you're in kindergarten? I'm in kindergarten. I love talking to little kids. They're so direct and so lovely. In this episode, we are talking about all of the crazy, I'm going to say it, shit we've done for our kids over the years for the holidays, and boundaries that we've drawn over the years as well, that we just don't do this anymore. And I think it's such an important thing to talk about because you are not stuck in this holiday overwhelm. You do not need to take on all the things. It is okay to say no. And we hope that our stories inspire you to say no a little bit this holiday season.
Exactly. We are going to push back against all the shiznit that we as moms are just expected to freaking do. And you and I have been talking a lot this morning about this, and I have a lot to say about all of the crap.
Oh my gosh. Exactly.
And when do we get to stop doing it? When do we get to say, you know what? Enough's enough. You should be able to create your own holiday magic. So
exactly. You should be able to decide what you want to do. And we're going to help you do that throughout this episode. So let's get on with the show.
You want mom life to be easier. That's our goal too. Our mission is to raise more self-sufficient and independent kids, and we're going to have fun doing it. We're going to help you delegate and step back. Each episode will tackle strategies for positive discipline, making our kids more responsible and making our lives better in the process. Welcome to the No Guilt Mom podcast.
So, Brie, in the past, the holidays have always been rather overwhelming for me. I have not looked forward to them. I felt pressure actually from them. You know me, I don't really like stuff. Like, stuff overwhelms me. Just having possessions overwhelms me. Even for my birthday, I'm like, please don't get me stuff. Don't get me stuff. I want to go out. I want to have fun with friends. I want
the experiences.
Yeah. Eat good food, all of those things, not the stuff. And so I associate the holiday season and Christmas with just so much stuff.
I think it's a fair association. I do.
I think it is. Yeah.
It is. That's the problem I'm having with decorating my house right now.
Mm-hmm.
I normally love decorating. And who normally instigates the decorating in the house? Your kids might instigate it in the sense of, is our tree up? I'd love to see the holiday lights, blah, blah, blah. Where's Fred? Where's whatever your spawn from hell of an elf on a shelf is named?
The spawn from hell. Ours is named Jack. Yes, I know the spawn from hell.
Yeah, ours was Fred, but I digress. And I have a funny story about Fred. But anywho, it seems like even if your kids are the ones that are, can we put up the decorations? It's still normally, I would say a lot of times, mom that has to figure out the mental load of it.
It is totally. Yeah.
Right?
And you feel all that pressure too. Even if I'm at the point where I've decided, I want to enjoy the holidays. In fact, I read this article, I think it was in the New York Times, about this couple who moved overseas and they were in the Czech Republic. And they say holidays are so much different here because it's not the whole pressure to buy and spend, but rather it's, you know, you go out with your friends to a pub and you have like mulled cider and mulled wine by the fireplace and you're all bundled up. And it feels like such this holiday cheer and togetherness. And the person that they were profiling in the article also said that she's not such a Grinch overseas as she was in America. I'm like, that totally makes sense because when I think back to my childhood, Christmas was magical because I wasn't expected to do anything. I was just expected to enjoy the season.
Exactly. So that's part of it. Okay, so I am dealing with some serious Grinchhood right now this season. Yeah. First of all, let me explain a few things to our lovely listeners. And I'm sorry, I know I just moved away from the mic because I have one of those really cool chairs that you can sit crisscross applesauce in, but you have to pull out the feet to do that. And I'm like trying to nonchalantly do that while we're recording. Anywhozer, I'm having a trouble with it this year because nobody in my family is holiday oriented as much as I am. Yeah. I love Christmas. It's always been my favorite. We did so many things growing up, and no matter what was going on in my house, Christmas celebrations were always consistent. So that's probably why I love it so much. But this year has been the pain in my ass. Nobody has the Christmas spirit, so nobody cares about putting up decorations except for me. And here's my problem with decorations. This is probably something that's going to make you be like, oh my God, yes, too. In order to put up my beautiful Christmas decorations, I have to then take down the decorations that are non-Christmas and find a place to stash that shit. And every year it changes a little. And so I had a plan, JoAnn. I had a plan this year. Mm-hmm. Well, actually, let me ask you first. Does that drive you nuts about Christmas decorations, having to move your other stuff to put the Christmas decorations up or no?
I don't have other decorations.
You don't. Yeah, that is true.
Along with my non-stuff life. Yes. I have on the wall, like paintings and stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, but even on the bookshelf that sits behind me, I had to move stuff off of my top shelf to get my little countdown days till Christmas snowman up there. And so now I've got other stuff that's moved around and I'm like, Anyway.
I don't do that.
You don't. You're like, that's too much. That's too much energy effort. Anyway, I had to put up all the Christmas decorations all by myself. Nobody has any energy for it. And I've lost my train of thought. It left the building. I don't know what I was saying.
Yeah. No one has any energy for it. I get that. I have no energy for it either. My daughter's the same as you. She loves Christmas. She loves the holidays. And watching her just from as a mom perspective, I'm just like, I feel horrible because also she's playing it up a little bit, guys. She's really playing it up.
Right. Tell them about yesterday.
She's a little bit of a Christmas martyr here because she's like, she's been complaining to me for days how no one's setting up for Christmas. And I went to Target with her on Sunday, I think, and we got some Christmas decorations because I'm like, okay, yeah. Thinking in my mind, she really wants to do this. And this is an hour of my day and I could go and do this with her and it'll make her so happy.
Exactly.
And so that evening, she started telling me how no one wanted to do Christmas. What do you mean? I just went Christmas shopping with you this morning.
Right?
She's, oh, Mom, you wanted to do that. And I'm like, oh my
God. No. Let me show you a little peek behind the curtain here.
Yeah.
Here's Mom's motivation. And ask it if it wants to go Christmas shopping. And here's what you'll hear Mom's motivation say.
Oh. Yeah, exactly. It was a kind gesture because I was like, this means so much to her. Of course, let's make it happen. And so I didn't ruin it for her then. But then last night, she was just putting out all these decorations we bought by herself. And she created this really nice little thing on the kitchen table. And I'm like, oh, that's pretty. And she's like, yeah, thanks. And I'm like, oh my goodness. This girl thinks I am torturing her, that I am not putting up all the Christmas stuff.
For her first Oscar, give her a break.
Oh my gosh. But then I'm going to start putting up the tree. And I put up our tree, and our tree is the best thing in the world. It is fake. And it has the lights already attached.
Yep.
Bonus.
The best.
Yes. So it takes me maybe 5 minutes to put up that tree because it's already taken down. My husband already took it down. I put up the tree, I plug it in, and that was my Christmas for the night. And
wait, don't you have to decorate it? I get that the lights are on there, but
we do, but everybody got mad at each other. So
Okay, wait. Okay, so I I had a similar issue. Okay, so I was like, all right, we need to put up the decorations. Mostly, and if anybody's out there in podcast land and you're going like, Brie, JoAnn, come on. Why are you making yourself stick to these like things? First of all, you don't have really littles. Your kids are, you have a 6th grader and an 11th grader, and I have an 11th and 12th grader. So it's not like they think that it's happening by magic. They know it's us.
No, they know.
But I did decide that we had to do the decorations because every year I do the ugly sweater party. So I know I have to decorate the house because we're going to have a party. And that's my choice. I want to do that. So let me get that clear. That's not an annoyance, but it is hard to decorate on like December 1st when the party isn't until the 21st. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But the second issue was I decided, you know what? I'm not motivated to do this. This is going to benefit everyone. So I'm going to delegate shit. I thought I was so smart, JoAnn. I invited my girlfriend's boyfriend over. I even bought them all caffeinated drinks so they'd be plenty gustered up to do things. And all I said was, okay, guys, I need everybody to bring 2 boxes up from the garage. And if the 3 teenagers just decorate the tree, because I'm like, we have a freshman in college, we have a senior in high school, and a junior in high school. They could certainly handle decorating a tree. No, they can't, JoAnn. No, they can't. Like the tree is fake, so it had the lights and everything. Like all they had to do was put on the ornaments. And I'm like, we have gold, we have red. And then they're like going through the boxes going, well, which red ones and gold ones do we put up? I'm like, you put them all up. You've seen the tree for the last 4 years. It's been red and gold. Oh, what's this ribbon do? You put it on the tree. It's our tree topper. It's been our tree topper for years. And they're all acting like they are just shocked. I'll give the boyfriend an out. But my 2 where did this come from? So I have to walk away because they're pissing me off how they're not doing the tree the way it's supposed to be done. But I'm going to let this go because I said I would delegate.
Yeah.
So then my husband, I'm okay, you just help me put out the decorations. Every box is stuffies, living room. Okay, to me that seems pretty obvious. It's a stuffy, which means it's something that's soft, and it goes in the living room. My husband opens the box and just starts taking it in the kitchen. I'm like, what are you doing? And he goes, well, I thought I would put it. You said I could just put decorations up. I'm like, but did you even read the box? And he's like, well, no. Was I supposed to? And I'm like, that's it.
Delegate, Brie. You're delegating. You're delegating.
No,
You're delegating.
I fired everybody but the teens.
No, you fired
the teens.
That's how you delegate.
I let the teens finish, but I let them know I was very unhappy with the fact that when you come over to my house for the sweater party, and people in podcast land, please give a little chuckle at my pain. They will be noticing the ball sacks on the tree because the boys thought it would be hilarious to put all the bulbs together in a pack of 2. So my tree is covered in what you might go, are those twin ornaments? And to which the boys will be happy to yell out, no, they're ball sacks. Okay.
I gotta give it to them for that one. That is good. That one makes me laugh every time I saw it.
Delegation killed me this year. I was like, Christ almighty.
You had to go in for a nice lay-in for like 3 days to like recover your nerves.
Yes. And I sat there and I looked at that tree repeatedly and I'm like, I could redo it. And then I'm like, but I'd have to completely take everything off and do it again because they didn't do the ribbon.
You gotta leave the ball sacks. You gotta leave it.
I do. It's going to be a conversation point now at the sweater party.
Yes. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, right after this, we're going to get into other stuff that we are letting go of during the holidays, however hard it might be, even if you get ball sacks on your Christmas tree. And we'll get into it right after this.
There's a lot happening these days. It can feel especially stressful or hopeless when things are totally outside your control. And if you're anything like me, you're also having trouble focusing with things like parenting issues, work challenges, perimenopause. It can totally wreak havoc on your ability to stay focused and be productive. This sounds like you. I know something that can make a real difference. Calm.
Calm is the #1 app for sleep and meditation, giving you the power to calm your mind and change your life. Calm offers a wide range of content and programs to help you navigate life's ups and downs, including meditations to help you work through anxiety and stress, boost your focus, build healthier habits, and even take better care of your physical well-being.
Stress less, sleep more, and live better with Calm. For listeners of our podcast show, Calm is offering an exclusive offer of 40% off Calm Premium subscription at calm.com/NGM. Go to CALM.com calm.com/NGM for 40% off unlimited access to Calm's entire library. That's calm.com/NGM.
The holidays are back at Starbucks, and there's so much to share. With classics like Caramel Brulee Latte, Peppermint Mocha, and Chestnut Praline Latte, we're celebrating everyone's flavor of festivity. Order yours in the app.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. We're driven by the search for better, but when it comes to hiring, the best way to search for a candidate isn't to search at all. Don't search, match with Indeed. Use Indeed for scheduling, screening, and messaging so you can connect with candidates faster. Listeners of this show will get a $75 sponsored job credit to get your jobs more visibility at Indeed.com/MBO. Terms and conditions apply.
So talking about all of these things that we've done during the holidays, and we're just kind of letting go right now. I was talking a little bit before how like my daughter, like holidays are so important to her. And it was a bit of holiday martyrdom going on there. And I just don't want to do it. But I will do a little thing like every day. I will have the energy for a little thing every day, because there's also like the thing with the holidays. Everything you put up, you're going to have to take down in a month.
Exactly.
So I'm like, really?
Yeah, you have to really ask yourself, am I dedicated enough to take this down in 30 days?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I think. So this year I actually bought new lights for the front of our house that I do need to go put up because I bought them on Amazon. They're LED lights that I can change colors with a remote.
Are they like the all year lights? Are you going to have them up all year long?
I don't know. I have to find a way to screw them into the awning. It's like stucco and metal up there. So
okay, I love
had
you,
trouble.
but you live in the epitome of the we'll put up your Christmas lights neighborhood. The area you live in, there's at least throw a rock and you'll hit someone who's willing to put up your Christmas lights for like $100.
Probably. I mean, our neighborhood does have the holiday Christmas light competition. I mean, there's some houses that are decked out. One has animatronic reindeer that scare my dog every time we go past it. Yeah,
oh my God.
like,
okay. I'll have to make a video of like Max found a corgi decor that just scared the bejeebies out of him yesterday. So I'll have to videotape it for you and put it up on Instagram.
Yeah. Definitely. But like something else that stressed me out about the holidays is all the gifts for everybody. Because again, I am not a gift person. And so people in the family will call me. And thankfully, since my kids are now 11 and 16 they take care of their own gift list. So the aunts, like my sister and my sister-in-law, notice it's the aunts who are following up, will just note, will contact them for, okay, what kind of gifts do you want this Christmas? Like, and so my daughter makes a gift list and my son makes a gift list. And my daughter then criticizes my son's gift list because he's like, I don't know what I want for Christmas. So he puts 5 things on there. One of them is a $1,500 go-kart, which no way is he getting from anybody.
Where did he come up with a $1,500 go-kart? I know that wasn't like just randomly rolling around in your neighborhood.
It's one of the gift list apps. And so like they just pick pictures and like
there's a gift list app? I did not know this.
There is. I think it's called Wink, WINC or something like that. It's one that my daughter uses and she taught my son to use. And that's what they will send a link to all the family members of their gift list. And so then family members can like check it off when that gift has been purchased and they won't get any
where has
double.
This been my whole life?
They found it themselves. And it was like, it's actually one of those things where when you take yourself out of the situation, your kids will find out ingenious ways of doing things that you have no part of. And it's actually a great and miraculous thing. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do for my nephews when we have to buy them gifts. Usually I just buy my nephews. I'll be talking to them. I'll be like, what do you want? What's going on with you right now? Okay. And I'll buy them like something like fun. I just want to take them somewhere. I think I'll do that with them. But I'm not good with gifts. I don't like giving them. I like taking people places and spending time with them. And gifts make me crazy.
I think that you are 100% right there. Gifts are the bane of my existence. And again, my family, like we're on the older side. So I have my sister's kids. So my nephews, they go between ages 24 down to age 14. And that's what I have for gifts. And I'm like, listen, I asked my sisters the other day, is there going to be an age where the nephews might eventually age out of gifts because it's getting harder and harder to come up with gifts for my 24, 22, 21-year-old nephews that are all in college that like they just want money to go out. Like that's all that they want. And it's like they don't really want anything per se anymore. And my son every year is like, don't buy me anything. I don't need anything. I'm good. Like and it's not that he's like this great saint. Let me just tell you that first of all. He's just a kid that you could even ask him, like, if you went on a magical, all expenses paid trip, where would you go? He's like, my bedroom. I would just go to my bedroom. He's a homebody. He likes his home. He doesn't like a lot of fancy stuff. So anyway, my point being, and both of my sisters were like, well, I think the kids need notice on that. And I'm all like, all right. Because we also do a white elephant in our family. So I have 2 white elephants per person. And in the past, I've always bought everybody's white elephant gifts. And I'm not doing that this year because both my kids have jobs.
Yeah.
They both have vehicles and a license. You're doing your own white elephant gifts this year. You're buying them yourselves. I'm not doing it anymore, but I'm so tired of people putting things, and my mom's doing the same thing to me. Mom, if you're listening to this, I love you, but stop asking me what I want for Christmas, because what I want for Christmas is new flooring in my house, and that's not exactly something you can put under the tree.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the gift giving is just, it's gone so insane. I don't want to do it anymore. I do feel like a Grinch, and I don't want to feel like a Grinch. I want to be happy. I don't want to feel put out. And I don't think gifts really contribute to that Christmas magic feeling, because I mean, what happens when you give your kids gifts that like they don't really want, but you wanted to put something under the tree?
Yes.
They'll open it up and they'll be like, oh, cool. And then it'll just stay there. And you're like, why did I go through all of this?
And what's up with that? Does anybody else out there have a little bit of shame that comes in? And you're just like, where the hell did the shame come from? When you look under your tree and you're like, you made a conscious effort to not buy too many gifts because you're just like, you've already said many times, JoAnn, it's just extra stuff for your house. I live in a 3-story townhouse. We only have so much space, and then we start to run out of space for things. So I will look under the tree and be like, oh, well, there's only 10 gifts. It's not like it was when they were little and it filled up the entire living room. Well, yeah, that's because I could wrap up 6 Barbie dolls and my kid was so happy. Now, one of those gifts under there is a Tiffany necklace, and you're like, jeez.
But more gifts does not mean more happiness.
Yes, it means more love. Your love is not
quantitative
by items, unlike my teenage daughter likes to try to say that her love language is Dutch Bros.
Yeah.
So,
well, I think that we've all been kind of trained by consumerism, first of all, that you need to buy, and you need to get the best thing for the person on your list to make them feel special, to make them feel loved. And I think that's the narrative going through all of our heads with this gift thing. And it's just not true.
You're right.
That makes people special and feel loved is to be listened to, be with them, be validated. And nothing of that has to do with a gift. Nothing. All the gifts this year, don't buy them. In fact, like one of the things, we've talked about before is experiences and family get-togethers. Well, guys, we're also kind of tired about being the whole keeper of that one as well. And we're going to get into that right after this.
This is a Reese's Peanut Butter Cup sound experiment. We're looking to find the perfect way to hear Reese's so you'll buy more of them. Here we go. Reese's, 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 Reese's. Reese's. Hey, get out of here, you little stinker. Reese's. Reese's.
Reese's.
Peanut Butter Cups. That breathy one sounded very creepy, am I right?
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Forget the frustration of picking commerce platforms when you switch your business to Shopify, the global commerce platform that supercharges your selling wherever you sell. With Shopify, you'll harness the same intuitive features, trusted apps, and powerful analytics used by the world's leading brands. Sign up today for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/tech, all lowercase. That's shopify.com/tech.
With Lululemon, the real gift happens when they're living in it. When you give the fan favorite Everywhere belt bag, the real gift is... And when the ultra-soothing Rest Feel slides are the gift, you're really giving them... This holiday, Lululemon makes it easy to give little luxuries that go beyond. Open the moment. Shop now at Lululemon.com.
Okay, so this family get-togethers thing during the holidays, I love seeing everybody, but I have to say it gets a little insane during December. In fact, we're recording this on my birthday, and I have foregone our birthday lunch with Josh's side of the family because I'm just like, it's just so much stuff and so much together. And so many, like going out to dinner at some place that I don't really want to go to and getting people there and all the kids who don't want to be there.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, no, we're not going to do this anymore. And another thing is, so we're taking over Christmas Eve this year. And we were just told by some family members that they would not be joining us this year, which is fine. And I'm like, that's awesome for them. I feel good for them. I feel like that's a really great decision for them to take back more of their time. Now, I still love seeing family, and I do not do this on my own. My husband is actually the one who's like, hey, he coordinated, let's host Christmas Eve this year. He's going to be the one being like, okay, what should we do Christmas Eve? That sort of stuff. Mm-hmm. It is not me because there's already too much stuff going on in my head with 3 birthdays this month and all the holiday stuff, and I just can't do it. So if you're feeling the same way out there where it is just too many get-togethers, it is okay to say no and to back out, especially if some family get-togethers. If you're running yourself ragged to be at one side of the family's house during the morning and one side of the family's house in the evening, and you have no time at all to actually sit and enjoy and relax, I mean, ding, ding, that's a sign. Say no to one of them. And do it for you. Do it for you. Because if your family doesn't understand, they do not know the importance of boundaries. They don't know it.
It's rough. It really is. Luckily, I haven't had that thing. It's always been, you were talking before about how like your family, you guys were talking about splitting holidays and stuff. And we always spent Thanksgiving with my first husband's family. And then Christmas Eve was always with my family. And his family was always invited. We lived in different states, but they were always invited. If they wanted to come and hang out with us for Christmas, they are welcome to come to Christmas Eve at my family's house. And it's a big thing, and it's still a requirement. We still have to do Christmas Eve with my family, but I do think that my whole family everybody's down with that. Even because, like I said, like we're all in our 20s and, well, wait, not us. I'm not an us of the 20s, but we have
all the kids.
But I can't imagine trying to do more than one in a day. That would drive me bonkers.
Yeah. And I mean, even tradition, I'm okay breaking tradition.
Like the elf, the spawn from Satan itself, the elf.
Yes. We did elf so many years, and this year the elf did not come out.
What did your son say when he found him?
My 11-year-old, he hasn't found him or anything yet. He was just like, so is Jack not coming this year? And I mean, usually Jack comes on Black Friday, and this was like December 1st. He's asking this question. Nope, don't think he is. And then I turn to him, I'm like, you know who does Jack, right? And he's like, yeah, I know. I just find it fun to like look at and look for him each morning. And I'm like, you could do Jack. He's like, no, it's too much work.
Yeah, exactly. I love how he realizes that it's too much work for him.
Yes.
It's more than adequate. Like it's not that much for you, Mom, because you're creative like that. And you trust me, my daughter is great. And my son does it sarcastically, but my daughter does it like actually trying to convince me that I have gifts and that's why I can do it and she can't. And I'm like, no, it's just called you all just are perfectly fine with letting me take on the mental load. And I have for many years and I'm done. I'm so done. I tried to keep that spawn from Satan outside of my house. I tried so hard.
Yeah.
And then what happened? I distinctly will remember this day. It can go down in like the flames of my memory. I remember my daughter, it was her 6th birthday. We went to Toys R Us to do her birthday shopping because we always would do that because, you know, Brie, if there's a freebie, we're there. So we would go to Toys R Us and you got like, I forget what it was, like $10 in credit or something for shopping on your birthday and a balloon and a little tiara. And she was going through the store and she found that little butthead found a off-season clearance freaking elf on the shelf.
She did this in July too.
She bought it in July, the little punk, and then brought it. And I couldn't say no. She's like, oh my gosh, is this where the elf from the shelf comes from? And I'm like, yeah, it comes. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you can buy them at the store and then they come visit you at your house. And I was just like, son of a bitch. And that was the beginning of the end of it for me. I think I only did it, I'm trying to think, until she was like 9 or 10. And I was like, I am done. And I would forget all the time to move that stupid little elf, especially when I was divorced. It was just me and I only had them every other week. So I only had to move him every other week. But then the kids would start asking for pictures. I just don't. Advice as seasoned parents are don't do the elf. It's not worth it.
So much.
And I'm stuck on an advent calendar too, because my mom made us all advent calendars. We had these growing up. And it's a holiday magic advent calendar where you have to put a slit of paper into every day and there has to be something to do every day, which was great when you were broke and you had little kids. Okay, today we're going to drink hot chocolate. Tomorrow we're going to watch Rudolph on TV, because it was like back in those days where it was like, oh, it's on NBC today. We're going to watch it kind of thing. Yeah, it does nothing but piss me off and exhaust me now. And I asked my kids if they would help out this year at the Advent, and they were like, you're so much better at it, Mom. I don't know what to put in there. So they want it. They just don't want to have a part of it.
See, I always had the pre-made Advent calendars with the chocolates in them.
I think those are great.
Yeah, I bought and my daughter was asking for an advent calendar, and because I'm a slave to Instagram ads, I saw one for Gilmore Girls advent calendar, and she was very into Gilmore Girls. Like now she's into Gossip Girl, but Gilmore Girls was her thing until she got through all of the episodes. So I got her a Gilmore Girls advent calendar, and she's enjoying that every day. And she says she opens it up every day and she looks at it, and that's like her little Christmas charm. But like at the same time, even though I've stepped back from a lot of these things, is there guilt there? Yeah, there's some guilt there because I feel I should be doing all this magic thing, but my logical brain says no. In fact, one of our friends, Sarah Dean, posted something about her going away for her birthday and how she doesn't feel mom guilt, because mom guilt is basically a construction by the patriarchy to make women feel small and to stop them from standing out and doing things for themselves. And
that's
I'm like,
so true.
Yeah. And so she doesn't feel the mom guilt. And I'm like, ooh, Sarah, I'm going to remember this one because I think she's right.
I'm going to try to keep that going. Yeah. That's a good tip to remember.
Yeah. Because could you imagine if women didn't feel guilt? What would happen in this world?
We'd all be men. What? I did. What? Who said that? Who said that as they walked by? What? It was Max. My neutered puppy.
But like going through this holiday season, just think of that. Think of how the guilt is really something that holds you back and makes you small and keeps you in the role, which if you're not happy in that role, you don't have to be in that role anymore. And yeah, there are some downsides. Yeah, you will feel some guilt.
Some ball sacks on your tree. But, you know.
I think that's an upside, honestly, Brie.
Wait, you added that on the bonus column? Because that was a bonus column for me.
It's hilarious. That would make me laugh so hard every day. Every day. I mean, but that's my sense of humor. My 11-year-old son sends me stuff and he's like, we were really laughing about this. And it was a math problem. And I don't know why they named this person this. It must be a name in another culture, but it's SMARTAS. I think it's pronounced smartest, but it looks like smartass.
I was going to say, it looks like smartass as I'm writing this out.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's our humor. If they did that to our tree, I would laugh so hard. In fact, I'm going to take pictures of me in front of the tree and be like,
I do find it funny, but I would have preferred for them to have done the tree the way I wanted it. I'll have to, you know what, that'll be another thing we'll add to the No Guilt Mom Instagram. Go check it out. I will have a picture of what my tree normally looks like and then what it looks like with the ball sack decorations this year.
I will put it up. I'll put it up when you delegate, but you know the results are different than you expected. I love it. So make sure you take care of you this holiday season. Really check in with yourself. See what you really want to do, and you really don't want to do. And take it from there. And remember, the best mom's a happy mom. Take care of you. We'll talk to you later.
Thanks for stopping by.
in need of a laugh and a little escape? Look no further. Parenting is a Joke is the podcast you've been waiting for. Hey, I'm Ophira Eisenberg. I'm a stand-up comic and parent. And each week I chat with one of my top comedian pals who, just like you, are juggling careers, busy lives and schedules, and raising a family. You can expect candid stories, hilarious mishaps that happen on stage and at home, and just a lot of laughs. There's no expert advice here. Well, actually, sometimes a good idea does sneak its way in, but mostly just pure, relatable fun to remind you that we're all in this parenting adventure together. New episodes of Parenting is a Joke drop every Tuesday, so tune in, get ready to laugh, unwind, and maybe even feel a little bit better about your own parenting. Because sometimes that's exactly what your therapist, pediatrician, and bartender ordered. Subscribe now on your favorite podcast platform.